Hello, friends. Happy Monday. Today we will be reading Chapter 2 of Cupid Doesn't Flip Hamburgers from the Adventures of the Bailey School Kids series. But before we get started and go into our questions, we have to say our Kids on Course motto. So repeat after me. I am smart. I believe in myself. I am a great kid. I have courage. I deserve to learn. Today is going to be awesome. Alrighty, so last Monday I asked you two questions. Question 1 was, who is the new cafeteria cook? And the new cook's name is Mrs. Rosenblum. Question 2, what holiday are they celebrating? And the students are preparing for Valentine's Day, which is about a week away. So we have two questions going into Chapter 2 today. Question 1 is, how was the cafeteria decorated? And question 2 was, what was the food in the shape of? Now that we have those, we can go ahead and get started. It looks like a card store exploded in here, Howie said, looking around the cafeteria. All sizes of red, pink, and white paper hearts were everywhere. Hearts were plastered to the walls, hanging from the ceiling, and even stuck onto the garbage cans. Melody giggled. They must have had a 5-for-1 heart sale. 5 dumb decorations for the price of 1, Eddie said. This place looks stupid. I think it's pretty, Liza said. After all, Valentine's Day is less than a week away. Eddie rolled his eyes. Valentine's Day is for 3-year-olds who don't have anything better to do. Valentine's Day is for telling people you like them, Melody told him. Or that you love them, Liza giggled. That's disgusting, Eddie said. There's nothing disgusting about love, said a voice from beside them, but you'll find that out soon enough. Eddie looked up and gulped. In front of him was the biggest red dress he'd ever seen, and it was being worn by the biggest woman he'd ever seen. Almost everything about her was big and red, from her big bright red lips to her fluffy reddish blonde hair. Even the heart button on her apron and her dangling heart earrings were big and red. But when she grabbed Eddie's cheeks, he noticed that her fingernails were painted hot pink with little white arrows on them. You're just the cutest little thing, the woman said as she squeezed Eddie's cheeks. I just love your red hair. What a cutie pie. And there is Mrs. Rosenblum squeezing Eddie's cheek. You must be Mrs. Rosenblum, the new cook, Liza said. Welcome to Bailey Elementary. Liza held out her valentine to the big woman. Why, thank you, sugar, Mrs. Rosenblum smiled and gave Liza a bear hug. I just know I'm going to love it here. We hope so, Howie said politely. Did you do the decorating? Why, yes, Mrs. Rosenblum blushed. I just love Valentine's Day. But that's enough talking. Come eat. The 4 kids followed the rest of their class through the lunch line and picked up their trays. I've never seen so much red in my life, Eddie said. Everything on their lunch trays was red. There was heart-shaped meatloaf covered with ketchup and a tomato slice in a heart shape. Each tray had a slice of red apple with a heart-shaped blob of cherry jello. There were even red straws for the milk. And you can see their trays. And there's even hearts on the milk cartons. I think this lady fell off the old holiday wagon before her brain was fully cooked, Eddie said when they sat down with their trays. She's gone heart crazy. I think it's nice, Liza said. It sure beats the tuna surprise we usually have on Mondays. Baked bowling balls would beat that, Melody agreed after taking a bite of the jello. This stuff may be red, but it's good. There's nothing good about overdosing on red, Eddie said. That new cook may need surgery to remove all these hearts, and I'm just the doctor to handle it. Who are you? Howie laughed. Dr. Love? Dr. Meany would be more like it, Liza said. Don't go bothering Mrs. Rosenblum. She's nice. Eddie smiled. Would I bother a sweet lady like her? His 3 friends all nodded their heads yes. Eddie had a reputation for causing mischief, but none of the 4 kids noticed Mrs. Rosenblum standing nearby. She was touching her heart button, and she was smiling. That is all I have for Chapter 2. So the questions that I asked you again were, Number 1, how was the cafeteria decorated? And question 2, what was the food in the shape of? So I will see you guys on Friday, and I hope you have a good week. Bye, everybody.